Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this SCL7 season cast. This is our first official cast. We're really excited to share two games with you today, and I am joined by Guggy and Ponu.
Howdy guys, welcome to SCL Season 7. We've done 6 of these, and this is going to be our 7th. It's going to be our weirdest and longest, and we'll get into why here. Googie, how you doing today?
I am pretty cold, but I'm also very good. So I'm really excited too.
To get us started with SCL7, we're going to have two matches for you today. We're going to be starting off with an Obsidian match between Dampsquib and Silverthorn, and then we're going to be following that up with a silver match of David W versus Miniarek. Let's just get straight into it. We've got the picks and bans on screen. It's more typical than what we've seen with recent tournaments, such as like the Winter Cup, where it's going to be simply just banning one map, and then picking a doubled map, restricting, and then picking a single map. We saw Gallery and Ballroom banned, which are pretty actually rare bans, or restrictions on Taeyen and Courtyard, and then they ended up picking, in Dampsquib's case, a doubled Veranda. Silverthorn's picking doubled Terrace, and then following it up with Modern, and then Courtyard, which was restricted but allows it to still be picked as the single pick.
Notably restricted by Silverthorn, who then picked it, which is not something you see. Not sure what the plan was there, but maybe Yomi. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe trying to trick Dampsquib into picking it for them. Either way, we're going to be seeing some Courtyard if the set goes long. This is going to be, as a result, first to 7, or we could have a 6-6. I don't believe there's any overtime if it does go to a full 6-6 as it stands. And really, without further ado, let's get into this game, this set, and really SCL7 entirely.
Hooray!
Give me a moment, because Terrace is taking a time to load. What a beautiful map, by the way, though.
Oh, absolutely. Like definitely top 13 most beautiful venues in the game. I
Perfect.
would
I'm
say.
showing Dampsquib as Duke here near the statues to get us started for SCL7 entirely in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I mean, Dampsquib versus Silverthorn, obviously, very nice match to start out with because both of these players are really solid, really good matchup.
Yeah, I'd
And
get into this because we've gotten to this quite quickly. A Dampsquib would probably be considered the slight favorite just based on previous results and like recent form. Ooh, I thought the ambassador was going to pass us there, but we do have the drink in hand. A bug is going to be pretty difficult if we do continue to have the drink. There could be consideration here for a gulp. Just drink the drink entirely and give ourselves a chance to bug. We are taking the 51% here on the flirt to good green test.
yeah, I mean, getting a bug is always great on any venue, especially Terrace. But sometimes you just want to hold that drink, savor the moment, take a deep gulp. Is a
We
later
uh
time.
we didn't get the opportunity because Seek went and filled the other statue, which meant the ambassador went the long way around. We did have an early highlight at the beginning of this game due to going to the bar. It does look like Silverthorn was using
Banana bread.
highlights, particularly to mark people who've been to the bar, but we've been so far long that we've now been neutral lit. Banana bread does come off. I do believe two lowlights from that. We see Pearls and Salmon both low lit, but it does include Seek, who is still a highlight if we were to go to the bar for perhaps, or we see going back to the bar. We do have someone that we could potentially frame if we needed to.
Yeah, framing always a good option on Terrace, except when it's not, of course. But with 85% flirt in a minute and that's a shot. Um, I
This
okay.
does take a path somewhat near the ambassador, but because of general, it ends up not actually really threatening a bug. That being said, I think that must have been the reason for shot with the banana bread said and going near the ambassador and potentially having flirt. I mean, we had flirt with Alice, so she presumably could have also had flirt with us. that is going to be an incorrect shot. It's going to be Dampsquib winning the first casted game, at least, of SCL. 1-0 Dampsquib.
Congratulations. Anyway, bye now. No, I'm kidding. We still have more games to go, fortunately or unfortunately, depending. But at least for me, it's fortunately.
Yeah, we want to get as many games as possible. We're not biased towards any player, but unless there's a player who's winning, then we don't like it when they win more because it means we get to cast less games. Silverthorn as Spy, playing Pearls in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So obviously, since Silverthorn hasn't won yet, we want Silverthorn to win this. That's what I'm gathering here.
Yeah, we don't like ties. Americans are going to be in chat just based on when we're casting, and no 6-6s, please. If we can get a 7-5, we'd appreciate it. But otherwise, yeah, I'd like to see 12 games of SpyParty if we could. Interestingly, I think General got a highlight there for potentially flirting at the windows. There was a bit of a pileup at the other window pad. And it looked like General could have been flirting with Smallman. If they go back into conversation near Smallman here, nope, they're going back to Windows. They really could have gotten some heat. Silverthorn, however, doesn't seem to have any heat and does have 51% in pocket.
I mean, yeah, General always a good person to have heat on. And now they're gonna join Smallman, by the way. Because General's just great. Or not General.
Why is General great?
General's great. First of all, because he has great meme potential, but also because he has a great bug. Possibly best in the game.
Yeah, and he did just do another path near the Ambassador. It's really hard to see General's bug, and on Terrace, bug is still going to be one of the better options. It's that or Purloin. We see swap off. Fingerprint's kind of hard to do. There's no like bookcase prints, for example, that you'll see on other venues. And Inspects feels a bit on the nose. If you're doing 2 Inspects on Terrace, your sniper is guaranteed to know. We really shouldn't be dropping that.
I gotta say,
you know, there's
General,
always
General's got those broad shoulders, those shoulder pads. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Sniper taking an angle to protect the Ambassador. We got 2 threats, both Smallman and General. And Queen was blocking, Orange Dress was blocking. I'm hoping for Dampsquib's sake that they are still confident that a bug hasn't gone off, because it simply hasn't yet.
Not yet, at least. But the finish seduce. This seems like a pretty good time to contact. I'm only went out in 6 reels, which is always good. Great.
Keep an eye on our seduction target. Maybe waiting for them to get back into conversation. They're not going to do so. I would definitely want to be seeing the banana bread coming here now, especially before someone like General leaves.
But I mean, Kane is finishing in specs right now, I do believe, so it is probably a good idea to keep him in. But we only have 50 seconds left, so we do have to be a little bit careful when it comes to that.
Yeah, Banana Bread here now would definitely be framing Kane. Silverthorn could also use the mission. There's multiple ways to win, and Silverthorn just needs to do something. Here comes the Banana Bread. Blue light's being taken, but it needs to be laser on Kane. Is it going to be a shot?
It doesn't look like it.
Good hold here from the sniper. Just doesn't believe in Kane being the spy, despite 2 inspects, despite potential Banana Bread. And Silverthorn now needs a backup plan. Is it going to be bug? Is it going to be something panicky like Purloin or swap? 10 seconds left. We're making our way towards the Ambassador. This feels like it must be seen. Silverthorn agrees. We're so slow because we're playing Pearls.
Yeah.
No decision made. Just doesn't believe in their ability to get away with the bug. But as a result, just kind of flounders about for the last 10 seconds. Doesn't feel like they can get to a statue, pick it up in time, and swap it. And either way, because of Dampsquib's patience and willingness to hold on a shot on Kane among the other targets that could have been shot, Silverthorn does not get a win here. It's a timeout, and it's going to be 2-0 Dampsquib.
Another thing of note is swap is indeed off, so they couldn't have done that anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, Bug and Purloin were really the go-tos. They did kind of path towards the statues and probably went, wait, but swap is off. Had the same realization as us at the end of this game. It's double Terrace, so we are going to see more Terrace, and I think for Dampsquib, they're going to be happy. They're 2-0 up, and they get to play more of the map they've just won 2 games on. Swap is again off in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, swap off is usually the choice as far as I'm aware on Terrace 3 of 6. Because, I mean, you can pretty easily see all the statues. So.
Yeah. So the big reason why seeing statues is a problem for the Spy is the fade. When a statue is swapped, the white test and green test animations of the statue are slightly different, and when they're so easily visible, even getting a green test swap on Terrace doesn't have particular power.
Yeah. I mean, frame games are very powerful, especially on Terrace, because there's only one DA, and you know you're framing somebody who's not an SDA, but, you know, swamps, fades are easily seen if you know what to look for. So usually you want to do a purloin or something else if you're going for a frame.
This is kind of a really unfortunate party. Nobody's been to the bar, so nobody could potentially be considered for a purloin if we were to do a purloin. And the double agent was messing about for about the first minute of the game. This banana bread's gonna be really good in that everybody's in conversation, but it does only have 3 people who are gonna be considered real. That's gonna be Salmon, Salmon, and us, and we're all gonna take highlights for it.
Yep. And with 2 minutes left and nothing but a BB, I'm thinking this might end up being a frame like we were talking about, or I don't know.
I don't think you want to get to the frame just yet, but you do definitely, when you're playing Terrace, want to be cognizant of who could potentially get shot. If you purloin towards them, for example, or make sure that they've been in conversation for a banana bread. It would be nice to see if we are going to end up doing a purloin, that it would also include Smallman or Salmon Danger lacking that alibi. Fingerprint here, it's going to be quite late. We still need to do 2 flirts, and we still need another fingerprint. Ambassador going to a statue definitely gives us an out. If we can get a flirt here, we can head to that statue, and then we can get back for the flirt. We have a straightforward way of completing missions. We got a good, even nice level of flirt here with 69% on the board. Dampsquib definitely has a way to win this.
But the problem is, to do that, they have to go get that print or another print, and then have to go right back next to Seek, because they can't really tie him for flirt anymore, considering Seek's on his way.
Statue? I thought it was the other one, personally.
It is the other one.
It is, good,
no?
okay.
Oh,
Dampsquib
okay.
paying more attention to the game than me, I sure hope so. They're the one playing it. Laser is sitting on us, and Laser's not happy.
Yeah.
Good tracking there from Silverthorn. Doesn't necessarily need to wait for another flirt. Just knows that the Spy has done 2 fingerprints, is one of the 3 characters who's in for the contact, and is able to comfortably take the shot.
That print had been sitting there for approximately the entire game, by the way. So.
Oh, so did the ambassador go to both statues?
Yeah, the ambassador at the very end went to that other statue, but they were at the first statue at the very beginning. Yes.
Yeah, Dampsquib going for the clever of the 2 statues, but not getting rewarded for it. If they'd gone to the right statue, like I was thinking, perhaps would be shot even quicker. So that all adds up. We get one more game of Terrace. It's Silverthorn's turn to try and even it back up here. Go 2-2 on the venue. Is Boots in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, Boots, obviously called Boots because she has boots. I mean,
yeah,
what else?
every name that I've ever heard for Miss B has started with a B, be it Boots or Buns or Brown. Everything about her is beautiful.
Yeah.
Notably with a capital B. 19% on our flirt. It's probably one of the rarer numbers that you're going to see. The minimum 17, but while we are making direct eye contact and being as far away in this conversation as possible, it is a small conversation.
And we're not like on the outside either, and neither is General. We're both pretty close. Fake BB, and everyone's in, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's always interesting how snipers deal with the second banana bread. So right now, there's going to be 4 highlights, just everybody who's in the conversation with the ambassador. If we do another banana bread, be it real or fake, do we get more heat or less heat? And I think the answer is usually more heat, but it really depends on who's playing as spy and who's playing as sniper.
And there's always technically the option to not VB a second time at all and just do other missions or do a frame game, but I mean, you never know what spies will
Fingerprint,
pull
by
out
the
of their
way.
hat. Oh yeah, and also a fingerprint.
Yeah, with the ambassador going to statues, it really confirms to us that we can actually complete fingerprints. Now the ambassador's also been to both statues, so even if someone was to go smudge it, we have a few options. This is going to work out really well for us in regards to having the ability to do fingerprints. We also have a purloin pocket. While we only have 19% and a fingerprint, Silverthorn's not in the worst position to actually complete this game.
But not in a great one as General bails before we can get a flirt one. And we are down to 1:30 with not much flirt, so Silverthorn's gotta at least do stuff. That's a scientific term.
do stuff. I mean, we could go in here. Oh, with the double agent leading too. Another banana bread here would just be another fake banana bread, but everybody's back in conversation. There has been one piece of fortune, is our banana bread was good. Beyond that, these AI are just not helping, at least in the last 30 seconds. Delegating to Alice, who was in for the banana bread, this could be a potential finish. From the sniper's perspective, if the purloin went off, the purloin did expire. It only lasts for about a minute, and with Silverthorn sending them at the last second, they missed it by about 5 or 10 seconds.
You could say there was a minute chance of that pun sounded better in my head. We're just
Quick
gonna
plug here. We're about as
Fun.
far away from the ambassador as we can possibly be, and I don't think it was really being protected. Silverthorn gets one in, but we still need to do 2 more missions. Fingerprint is definitely a second option. This is going to be a quick pickup. We're just going to get the fingerprint, presumably only do 1 animation cycle and put it back down. Our third mission is presumably going to be contact, and it's going to be with triggering overtime if we do it. Here we go, doing it basically immediately. The banana bread comes off. It's going to be 5 seconds of overtime. Are we the shot? Looks like Dampsquib's willing to hold for the overtime, and no dancing or any shenanigans there from Silverthorn. Despite not finishing flirt, despite doing 3, if not 4 missions from the sniper's eye, it's waiting till it gets into overtime before taking that shot. If we had been more diligent with our flirt, we could have won just simply at the statue.
Yeah. I mean, also, General wasn't really helping there that
No,
much, but
of course not.
sometimes it just doesn't work out like that.
I wonder how close this was too. From the sniper's perspective, we did hit a green banana bread. So maybe if we'd gotten there 5 seconds earlier, maybe we don't get shot if it doesn't trigger overtime. Really, I think a touchy game, and Silverthorn is just the loser of it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta have a touchy game in there. It's also a scientific term.
Now we're on Veranda, which is usually to the person who's in the lead's favor. Often Veranda games are going to be more sniper favored because of the 5-8 layout. We got Dampsquib here as Cowboy, kind of near the ambassador. We might see some heat here immediately. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
no.
low lit. I
We
assume
ate
it's
the ambassador's
because
low light.
hopefully that gets fixed. But I
No.
mean,
Ambassador's
No?
now been low lit, and you go, what? Didn't I just do that? But we're hiding in the corner. Like, we're a low light in the corner. If you're trying to figure out, there it is.
All right.
Where
I
did that
was-
sneaky guy go? And all we got for it was 34%. If we had done a few time ads there as a low light, we would have been rewarded. But there's no way that Dampsquib knows that they had a low light there for 20-30 seconds.
well, to be fair, Dampsquib is now probably remembered to be there since they were brought up. So if they had done
yeah.
time ads, that would have been, yeah. But,
I mean, even something more dramatic, if we'd just taken a book out or swapped a statue, but reacting to the sniper's laser is so hard because, I mean, that could have been a highlight, right? We could have just been near the ambassador, had our laser on us. This is a bold bug.
It's
Yeah, okay.
okay. Okay. You know
The
what?
sniper agrees. It was bold, it was evocative, it was also seen.
I mean, technically speaking, the bug itself wasn't seen. It's just this weird path, which I mean, you have to take the bug. But it's. I mean, sometimes you just got to take something like that, and
Yeah,
sometimes, yeah.
I really like the idea actually. Looking back on the replay, because it's right at the corner of the map. If something like the Purloin was being protected, Toby's on the other side. It could have been off screen. And it kind of was. I think Dampsquib had a clever idea here, and that it didn't get rewarded doesn't take away from its cleverness.
Very good play, but very unfortunate luck, more or less.
Good play's a bit strong.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very out there play. And sometimes that's the best play. And sometimes that's that play.
Silverthorn right in front of the statues. Let's see what they're going to be up to here in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Come on,
AI
Swap.
controlling away. No. We've had this conversation recently with some of the things I've casted, and the heat that you get for just swapping before the sniper can see has a large cost to it. We're at what is lovely, informally known as the time ad window. When we did do a time ad, there's just a bit of cover there with the doors and whatnot, the blinds, and it feels like we might well have been noticed. A lot of lowlights have come off, and we've taken a highlight. I think Silverthorn's been caught with her hand in the cookie jar.
Well, it's more like hand on cell phone, since that's how rocker time adds, at least. But I'm sure there's some cookies on there. I think that's how that term works.
And this is why I mentioned that Veranda is so difficult for spies to get wins, as we got into the Veranda games, is what is our option here? We can try and complete 5 missions with what is incredible heat, or we can do nothing, and if the sniper has a somewhat competent level of mission counting, they're not going to shoot until they see the list gone, a statue swap, among other things. So Silverthorn might not even know that they're in such a terrible spot right now, but even if they did, I'm not sure what their game plan would be.
Yeah, I mean, Veranda's just very much a taxing venue for the spy to try to get things past. I mean, to be fair, just about every venue is hard for the spy. But
Yeah,
Veranda's no slouch either.
It's stressful for the sniper too. I mean, there's a reason why we play it as a 5-8 instead of 4-8, because there's just a lot going on. It's a very big venue. It's full of characters. It's the full max 21 people walking about. If we do something though, like a microfilm here, it's just going to result in a lot of pain. Not a lot of pain. A very quick and sudden amount of pain. It's only 1 bullet.
I mean, that depends. Where is the shot gonna happen is the question. Because if it's like in the foot, then that's not really gonna kill you instantly, is it?
I think it depends on the character you're playing. Like Queen is like clearly having a heart attack when she gets shot. Some characters, I feel like the most painful thing isn't the bullet; it's just the fall backwards where they hit their head.
I mean, Tex literally just goes into the air. So, you know.
Exactly. I don't 100% remember Rocker's death animation. This has a fingerprint, but it was smudged, and we did not hit the action test, so we're just here for the inspects.
This is the second failed difficult print, by the way. Because we had one on a briefcase earlier when we were talking about death.
I believe this is also 3 cycles. Just nothing going Silverthorn's way. We're trying to give the ambassador a bug path. We don't even hit the bug, and we're gonna get shot for it. Good stuff here. Both our snipers onto the bugs, though this one took a bit longer for it to actually occur.
Yeah. I mean, with 130 left, you kind of have to take that bug there. But unfortunately,
100%. If you're gonna be completing missions,
Yeah.
And you've just been to a fingerprintable statue, so you're kind of just have self-committed to completing missions.
Yeah, yeah.
We got more Veranda. It's currently Dampsquib up 4-2, and it's going as I predicted. Snipers are winning so far. That doesn't mean they're going to continue winning, though, and let's see if that's the case now in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Dampsquib does not want to go into that particular corner. We just want our flirt, and we're going to do it as rudely as possible.
I mean, who watches flirts on Veranda after all? That's, you know, you got to do that.
We'll see them next. We'll see them next game. We are
Yes, that's
casting
true.
another set after this. It will be David W versus Minirek. And if you wanted to answer that question, we really only have one answer in the community. It would be David W.
Please tell me we're not going to get Veranda again, though.
Oh, it's a long game. So with the Terrace games, I believe we've been. Oh, you should have taken the bug there. The Terrace games are at most right 3:30. We haven't had overly long Veranda games, but we did have a time ad, and time ads are pretty common. To get back to this game, almost everybody is in conversation, but we just aren't with a double agent. They're across the map. It could have been a rare situation where a fake banana bread actually would do quite a bit, though.
And we can see that we would have, well, not really great right now, but we would have good, that is,
Hey?
failed bug.
We have good cover here from Duke. We're in like what is probably the prime spot to get bugs. And Dampsquib didn't take it the first time, did take it the second time, and hasn't been highlighted shot for it, but it somehow didn't take. The ambassador just decided to turn right as the bug was happening, and somehow avoided getting the listening device put on them.
Yeah, obviously there was a great dodge from the ambassador there. Wonderful, even. But now we are a little bit behind on our pacing now, since we have 2 minutes-ish left, and we still don't have any missions done. But we're not going to get any more done, it seems, because we're dead.
Good old headshot. This is probably the most dangerous thing that you can be doing on Veranda without just getting silly. It's a white test at the red bookcase, and the left and the right look of the microfilm are our doom. So that's 3 sniper wins on Veranda, and we get one more opportunity. It's going to be Silverthorn as queen in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
You say 3 sniper wins on Veranda like that's a surprise. I mean, Veranda is very much sniper side.
I mean, it's still statistically not like crazy, right? It's still like 60, especially at this level. Like when we get to the super high, like the super elite players, the sort of players who are winning tournaments, that definitely is going to be increasing. But it's not crazy to get spy wins. You just need to be making plays. You need to be doing something that really throws the sniper for a bit of the loop, if that's going to be completing missions, or if that's going to be putting a lot of pressure on them by doing visible missions. You really can't afford to be doing nothing, though.
Which, it seems we're doing, unfortunately, until we get a bug, which is great.
Yeah, we saw a similar situation. It was the other conversation, the other side of the conversation, but the ambassador did walk behind us, and as long as the circle at the bottom of our feet is touching the circle of the ambassador's feet, the bug will land, and as a result, we get a really cheeky bug. And Kane is giving us a lot of cover, and it doesn't feel like it was particularly noticed or seen.
Yeah, I totally knew about that circle thing. Wow, you learn more every day.
It does change a bit between, like you don't actually have to have the circles touching if they're both not moving.
Yeah.
But generally, if the 2 circles are touching, it's a good visual cue that the bug will land.
Well, the bug does not,
Banana bread.
unfortunately, give us an instant win. Neither does this, actually really good fake contact.
Yeah, there's not very many people out for conversation, and it is giving us cover for a fingerprintable statue. We didn't get the fingerprint, and we did get a highlight anyways. the banana bread being so good that Dampsquib was able to quickly just move into going back to their regular programming.
This will be a just okay.
Really trying to accelerate the process. Just take the book to the other bookcase. But someone had something to say about it. There's two people who had something to say about it. One, being the sniper, we are now dead. But two, and more hilariously, Teal there does not care for us to get away with this cheesy maneuver. Just completely body blocking us. A really good bounce, by the way, but we're doing it while being as suspicious as possible.
Yeah. Also, a thing of note is this is officially the 4th non-difficult print hit. I mean that not. Let me rephrase that. That's the 4th difficult print attempted but not hit by Silverthorn. So Silverthorn really probably just wants to get prints done.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if they just immediately snatch a briefcase, still trying to complete prints, and especially on a map that we're going to be moving on to, it's Courtyard. Fingerprints are definitely a viable way of getting that 4th mission done. It's going to be Dampsquib, though, as orange dress before we get to any of that, before we give any opportunity for Silverthorn to play as Spy. And let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Sorry, always a great choice. Except when she's not, of course, because she's slow. But we're circumventing that by green time adding right away. So, you know, good job.
Yeah. A large reason for Sari's appeal is she has really good bugs. When we talk about someone like General earlier and their good bug, it's particularly their walking bug. But Sari's bugging animations for both her walking bug and her standing bug are really good. And because she's a bit slower, that's usually a detriment, right? Like you want to be going places, you want to be chasing your seduction targets, you want to be just getting places and not burning clock. Because she's a bit slower, it does also give you a bit more control in regards to your bugs, and so you can hold better angles, make sure that your arm isn't seen, that you can't necessarily do with more unwieldy characters.
Also, this is yet another fake contact this set, which is fake for us. We don't have an SDA in, but
yeah, I think it's a good reaction to the gameplay. I'm not sure if this is prior knowledge for Dampsquib or just watching the replays, but after your opponent was highlighting for Banana Bread on Terrace, I really do like leaning into the fake Banana Bread here and just giving some more characters highlights. Someone like Smallman right now just trying desperately to return this briefcase is definitely being seen because of the Banana Bread.
Yes. But, you know, it's Smallman, so...
Yeah, that's Smallman. It's all the more reason to get... they don't have to do anything. They might just get shot anyways. The Ambassador's been in our vicinity a couple times here, and we haven't really taken the bug or taken the opportunity to bug. We could bug on the way out here, but you're really relying on the strength of the character if you do that. It looks like Dampsquib's going to instead go and try and line up a Banana Bread, but this is going to be tight. Nope, just going to walk through the conversation like it's... and get rewarded for it.
Okay, I was going to say that is a weird path, but it's
I'm
rewarded.
I'm summon our host, Grash. Was that a good path or not? I know the answer.
No.
It was not, it was not a good path. You can't be rewarding this Silverthorn.
To be fair, sometimes the weirdest paths to like, why in the world would the Spy ever take that? And we can answer that just because we didn't want to go into that conversation because the DA left. But there, DA is, by the way, leaving again as we're presumably about to take another contact.
Yeah, I'm not actually confident that Dampsquib knows that they're low lit just based on the quality of that bug. When you're low lit, you can start doing sillier and sillier things. We don't have to swap here. We can just do the inspects and then finish off with a second Banana Bread. Less confident about their light. We've been brought back up to a highlight, which, given that a Banana Bread and Banana Bread low lights have already occurred, is pretty surprising. we're just going full NASCAR. We're trying to get into a conversation with the Cowboy, our double agent, but they're not behaving. We are sorry, and so anything that we're doing here is going to be pretty tense. We've been in this window for a very long time.
Tex
Okay, come on,
really
Cowboy.
does not want us to win, even though we've had a very,
Okay, is
I
that
don't want to say
conversation?
great, just
He's in
interesting
conversation.
game.
We've just done the worst path in the world, just chasing this poor man. We're gonna do an
Banana
immediate
bread.
banana bread. We were low lit. We're now high lit. It's gonna be like a second of overtime. They need to line up the shot and take it immediately if they're gonna wait for it. It doesn't look like it's gonna be happening. The laser does try and get onto us, or Kane, something along the lines, but it's not. It's not on us, and it's not timely enough. Dampsquib does get the victory. And really the big thing here is Silverthorn taking a bit of a risk, going that path looked so wonky, no human would possibly ever think to do it. Dampsquib wasn't even thinking about doing it. Seemed like a mistake in total, but it did green-light our ability to get the bug past the sniper.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just gotta low light the spy. I'm sure you know that as well as I do.
Yeah, but I don't do it for bad path. I just shoot them. Let us be clear.
Yes.
Silverthorn / Steam now on the ropes at 6-3 Dampsquib. Silverthorn needs to win this game and then also win the next two on the next venue if they're going to salvage a tie. This is match point for Dampsquib. So, if you're ready, 3,
I'm always ready.
2, 1, playing it. Okay, Dampsquib near the ambassador, but we're not bugging. It would be quite bold, and we've already seen how bold bugs have worked this set.
It's especially very weird for Dampsquib to be bugging, considering they're the sniper, but you know.
Or whatever. I saw the / Steam, and I consider all Steam players to be the same. That's clearly it. This is a tough spot for Silverthorn. So, while Courtyard, I will always say, is spy
Banana bread.
biased, it does give a lot of strain on the spy, just because all the hardtails, all your fourth missions that you're going to be doing are quite difficult. We aren't expecting to get away with bugs because we aren't expecting to be low lit, and things like fingerprint don't come for free. It does look like the ambassador is at statues, and if Silverthorn can track that from the other side of the party, they do have a way to potentially complete prints. But generally, no matter what we're doing, it's going to be pretty rough, and you're not going to feel confident about it as a spy when you're playing on Courtyard.
Speaking of pretty rough, Teal is just being absolutely an awful ST right now. Like, come on.
We didn't get into conversation, and let's see if it was seen. Dampsquib, I think, has the capabilities to catch something like this, but it doesn't feel like Silverthorn's picked a particular heat, just trying to sneak in and force themselves into this conversation. We already have the banana bread. Purloin! Okay, this might be the whole set.
Yep,
And
that
it will be.
is.
Purloin, but it's a white test on Courtyard, and as we were saying, with hitting tests, or sorry, completing that fourth mission, I mentioned bug and I mentioned fingerprint. The reason I didn't mention Purloin is it's just so visible here from the high angle that the sniper holds. That will result in Dampsquib winning this particular match 7-3. We won't get to see our final venue. But any thoughts there, Gruggy?
That was certainly a match to be casted, and it was. That's my thoughts.
It's our first match of SCL. We saw spies get low lit. We saw some quality shots, and your thoughts are I don't think. Okay, cool.
I never think. Don't worry about it.
I shouldn't have asked.
There's sure some very valiant paths.
Yeah, I think it's an important win for Dampsquib to be getting. Just the quality of that Obsidian division. There's a bunch of good players in it, and Adafayesh is in that group too. So you need to be getting wins against someone like Silverthorn. I think that's going to be a good feather for Dampsquib's cap.